Welcome to the App or Not to App podcast with the App Man, Jeremy Callahan. Hey, it's Jeremy. Just wanted to talk to you about this new app, Clubhouse, the who, the what, the where, the why you might be interested in it. Anyways, it's the biggest app going right now. A lot of people are trying to get on it. You do have to get an invite, but it seems like there's a lot more invites now than there was about 2 weeks ago. Anyways, I'm just going to open the app and I'll go through it with you. Right now, so what you do is you get on there and then you can join all these groups. It is essentially just conference calls with like 10 people that are the hosts and then like another 100 people that are listening. So I'm just going to go through, if you can actually see it, that's it right there. So this first one is, and I just opened up this one, The Art of Networking. It's got 662 people and it looks like 33 moderators. Grant Cardone is on there, if you ever heard of that dude. Tony De Niro, Derek DeChune, Shaggy Snacks, Jason Lee. I don't know who these people are, but you may. A lot of the folks on here are like, they've been on YouTube or they have channels, or they're in business. So there's a lot of ways to connect. Let's just click into this room and see what's up.
To be a value add somebody else, and also making sure that I treat everybody with value. Because I learned early in Hollywood, Tony used to go to parties, right?
All right. So there's a dude, he's talking about whatever. And then as you can see, actually, let me just click back in and I'll turn it down. Those are all the moderators. And it's kind of weird because it's hard to see who's talking sometimes. It doesn't like cycle the person who's talking up to the very top. They're just like in this list somewhere. And then what you can do is whoever this guy is, right, that's talking, what's his name? Let's see if I can find him. Anyways, you can click on his profile, and then on his profile, it usually has a link to his Instagram or his Twitter or his website. But it's kind of hard. It's weird because you can't like, you go onto Instagram and like DM them. Everybody's like, DM me on Instagram, DM me on Instagram. So that's basically what you do. And then if you just scroll down, you can see all the people that are just listening in. So like,
what's the basketball player's name that changed his name? Meta World Peace.
They're talking about Meta World Peace, also known as Ron Artest. Here's some other subjects that are in here. Tacos and tequila. Come promote yourself. So what you can do, the other thing you can do, speaking of promote yourself, is there's this little thing right here, and it's like raise your hand. And you raise your hand, and if the moderator selects you, then you can come in and you can talk. So a lot of people come on. They do like a Shark Tank show, which is pretty cool. Where people just basically pitch stuff. So I'll give you 3 good things. Like if you're trying to network, there's really, hang on, let me back up. There's really 2 things. There's the people that are moderating conversations. So I could go on there and I could moderate a conversation about app development, web development, growing your business online. And then maybe I have like 5 people that join me as moderators and we talk about a subject and then it's kind of like a podcast a little bit. But people can chime in. So somebody could raise their hand and ask us a question. So we could do that. So a lot of the moderators are kind of going on there, people like myself, to build an audience. I actually haven't moderated anything on there yet. But people are trying to build an audience so that they can, this is only in beta right now. So there might be 1 million people on here. I doubt it. There's probably like a couple 100,000. And at some point when it becomes millions and millions of people and gets the size of YouTube, all these early adopters who have been on there moderating conversations are going to kind of spike up to the top and kind of have their own shows and already have their own audiences built in. So that's a lot what's going on right now because, again, you do have to be invited in. If you're on just listening in, you can hit the moderators and do it. So I'll give you some examples. Okay, so this one girl, she was on a call and it was like pitch a business or an idea. And she said, I have an idea for a nonprofit. It does this and this and this. I forget what it was. And she was kind of rambling on and some guy interrupted her on one of the moderators. And he goes, hey, you know what? I'll give you $1,000 towards your charity right now. And she was like, well, that's great. Awesome. But we're not fully set up yet. And he goes, okay, well, call my guy. I don't know if it was an attorney or an accountant. He goes, we'll set up the 503c corporation for you right now, the nonprofit, and we'll give you $1,000. And she was like, awesome. So like instantly, she's got a nonprofit and she's got her first donation. Pretty cool. The second one I saw was this guy on there, a startup guy. This is actually a personal story. He was a startup guy, and he said, we just raised $3 million. We just closed it this week, and we're looking to hire developers. And so I just clicked on his profile. I saw his website was on there, his personal website. I went to the personal website. I filled out the contact form. This was on a Saturday morning. And I was on the phone with the guy 15 minutes later because he's looking for developers. I'm like, hey, what are you looking for? Is there any way I can help you? If I can't, I couldn't help them. They needed back-end developers. But I'm like, I might know some people. If I send some people to you, would that be cool? He's like, yeah. So there's that. And then the final one is this one that caught my attention the other night. It was, what is the future of San Francisco was the topic. And by the way, I just moved to San Diego, so I don't know why I even clicked into this room, but I did. And they were talking smack about the district attorney. This guy, he's I don't know, people don't like him there for whatever reasons. But they were talking smack about him. And his name is Chesa. And he drops in on in the Clubhouse room. He shows up, raises his hand, and they put him to the top of the list. And there were probably 1,500 people. There might have been 3,000 people in there at one point in time that were asking him questions and kind of grilling him. And, he was just doing all the political double speak. But whatever. I mean, that's kind of the power of this thing. So there is an opportunity for you to get there. It kind of reminds me of sometimes I used to go to these, when I used to go to events and there would be a speaker on stage talking, and then at some point they would put like microphones in the aisleway, and you could go and wait behind the microphone, and there'd be like a line of people, and then you could say like Grant Cardone was talking and be like, oh, I finally got to the microphone. Hey Grant, I got an idea for this, and this, and he either blows you out of the water or he says call me or talk to my person or whatever. It's very much like that. So there's a lot of different topics on there. There's any topic or group you could possibly think of. I've only looked kind of at the business. There's some psychology groups. There's some more like philosophy stuff I'm into. A lot of health and wellness people on there, particularly like in the personal development space. So it may be worth your time to check it out. But anyways, the point is that, it's the new app. It's the kind of the hottest thing that's coming online now. We'll see what happens, with its growth moving forward. But I just wanted to get online, talk to you about it, tell you about it, something you might be interested, jump online. It's called Clubhouse. Grab the app. Someone will probably invite you in. And that's it.